Did anybody at least once a week last year wake up and say, what is happening in this country? And what I mean by that is that America felt like this never-ending rush of panic and nonsense all wrapped into one cohesive year. What I mean by that is that the overall way that I was feeling throughout the entire year was this constant rush to make more things, to take on more projects, to do more. I've always been a personal believer of do more, work hard. It's always the stairs, never the escalator. Do as much as you can, because wherever you're from, in America, I think you have it pretty well. But it got to be very, very difficult to maintain that with so many things going on. And I think one of the fundamental problems that I've really reflected on is that doing more often causes us to rush everything, and it never leads to any quality product. And so right now I want to talk a little bit about the things that I personally find were just annoying in the past year. They were either things that other people prioritized and I started to prioritize, right? There's the idea of groupthink and how easily we are influenced by other people's ideas because we haven't put in enough thought based on our own experiences, based on our own viewpoints and beliefs. And I think that's what oftentimes leads to a difficult life. We all have this abundant amount of information and news cycle and just consumption at our fingertips. The insane amount of data that's probably put into our brains that we consciously and in a way unsubconsciously now put into our heads. It's probably like a terabyte. Like we all probably absorb a terabyte of information. And for me personally, the thing that's really fundamentally worked is just stop listening to the news. Okay, that's my personal first belief, that the news is never there to properly inform you. That is a way to slow down on these sort of out of our control events that are happening. Not saying that they're not important, not saying that they don't have some sort of validity to them, but that they occupy quite a lot of space and make it feel like nothing is in our control, when in reality there are many things within our control if we so choose to properly focus on them. The next thing that's also really helped me as a content creator is knowing that the rat race, the 9 to 5 that we all try to avoid is here. And it's very easy to get caught up in the dollars and cents that everybody advertises, which also means that there should be some sort of output every single week. And for the lucky few that have that time and that space, that is so accomplishable. But we need to take a step back and really evaluate our own situation and what's important to us. That's why I've kind of slowed down on this YouTube thing, because it is a love relationship. I love, posting my ideas and doing this and doing that. But also, this love takes time to mature and grow within your craft, right? That's why great musicians like Blues Clues and The Wiggles take so much time to, put together a song. And I don't know. I drew a blank right there for a second. Really, what I think what most of us fell in love with this platform for was how it felt so raw, so in the moment. I tried to do what everybody else was saying to do, which was script every little word to the nook and to the cranny, and it genuinely fucking hurt my head. Like, for reals. Like, every little thing, every little shot, every little this and little that. And I remember the curiosity and the compassion and the serendipity and spontaneity that came from the camera, which was there's no setting anything up. It's always like in the moment. And I think, there's a left brain and a right brain to whatever YouTuber you watch. And some people are very right brain and left brain, even though that's been and I know that's psychologically it's proven, yada yada yada, but just so people, we're all in the same circle. So that's what is also a great method that I've personally benefited from. It's just super important to slow down in that manner. And lastly, I'll explain how I've kind of been able to form these ideas and this sort of northern light, I would say, that has really allowed me to kind of be like, we don't need to do what everybody else is doing. There's like a nice flow that we can develop for our particular style and personality, which is just reading. I think everybody gets the vibe here. And by the way, shout out to my guy from Norway for being here, which is reading is so vital and so important because they are the stories of other individuals and their hardships. The way that their stories are played out is never linear. Of course, we want things to be a perfectly linear curve going up, but it very rarely works that way. And when we are able to put our imagination via literacy, it actually opens up so many ways for us to not only avoid the mistakes, but refine them so that when someone else is in trouble, we can teach them, right? Teach them and say, hopefully you don't make the same mistake that I've personally made, right? And most importantly, I just want this YouTube thing, this thing with my camera to be fun and spontaneous, which in 2023, when everybody's telling you to rush everywhere and make 15 videos a week and 35 shorts, that kind of gets drained away, right? So this has been on my mind for quite a long time. And, slowing down is the motto for 2024. Making things as slow as possible, making sure that people see the quality, authenticity, and labor of love that goes into every piece of work that is part of our sentimental soul. And that's all I really want to say, because this is my YouTube channel, and I say that all the fucking time. I say that so many times. It's just, you guys get that. So again, I don't know the pace anymore. It was once a week, and that's whenever I feel like it. But I hope that you sticking around is a good indicator, and I hope you're enjoying the moment as I am right now, because this is probably one of the best views in the dump known as the Bay Area. But as always, remember, reality isn't made out of matter, but what matters.